Dunga is the man with the weight of Brazil on his shoulders. 2 consecutive draws in qualifying for South Africa 2010 has seen them drop to 4th in the table. The Samba Kings are in danger of losing their crown. Tonight they face Peru in front of an expectant crowd.
Wonderful! That is fabulous football! Oh, wonderful!
Brazil South Africa 2010 roadshow heads to the southeast corner of the country to Porto Alegre and the Estadio Beira Rio. It's match day 12 in South America's World Cup qualification. Our main game tonight is Brazil against Peru. Welcome along. It's do or die for Brazil tonight, a day of destiny perhaps for Dunga as coach. The Samba Kings, without a home win in 3 and without a home goal since November 2007, must beat bottom of the table Peru or face dropping out of the automatic qualifying positions. 5 times world champions went into the weekend in 2nd spot, but a lacklustre draw in Ecuador coupled with other results have seen them slip to 4th. On the way tonight we'll see how Maradona's Argentina got on in Bolivia and whether Paraguay could keep up the pace in top place with a win in Quito. That's all to come, but first let's turn our attention to Baliga Brazil. My guests, Ozzy Ardiles and Trevor Francis. Welcome, gentlemen, both. Trevor, you were here with me at the weekend. Just how bad were Brazil at the weekend?
They were particularly poor, as they were the game before in the World Cup qualifying group at home to Colombia. I've been disappointed with Brazil, but I just feel tonight the pressure is on, and I think that they've got to put out a performance, and they're up against a side, Peru, who don't travel well. You know, in their 5 games away from home, they've conceded 17 goals. So despite the fact that Brazil have been out of form, I think they'll come back to form tonight.
Ozzy, you've been just jetted back from South America. What were the press saying in particular about that 1-1 draw with Ecuador?
Well, it was an horrible performance from Brazil. Sometimes people are a little bit baffled that somehow Brazil, with so many superstars, with so many great players, really, they are the best in the world, they can produce such poor performances. And not only in that particular game that we are watching right now, but sometimes even at home, like in the last one they play at home. So today is a kind of day of reckoning. A day of reckoning for the player and a day of reckoning for the manager, Dunga.
I made the point on the weekend, Oz, that when you look at Brazil, they've got so many different attacking options that you just wonder at times whether they played too many attacking players, because I felt against Ecuador at the weekend, too many players, were playing in one another's space, and it'll be interesting to see what he does tonight, because it appears that Kaká is going to be back to full fitness. He has to start, and it may mean 1 or 2 possibly the big names having to be left out.
Yeah, that's right. With so many big names, somebody have to give way. Yes, it could be maybe Ronaldinho, it could be Robinho. So anybody, no one is safe at the moment. I particularly would like to see Pato up front. He's a player that I particularly admire. So hopefully he's going to be playing today. I think Brazil cannot have a better game to play at home. Peru is really playing incredibly bad and is traveling even worse. So they have really an easy game. They play in Belo Horizonte. The national team, Brazil national team, has never have won every single game they have played there. So, I mean, they have everything to win the game and to win it quite convincingly. But we will have to wait and see.
Our last home competitive defeat, though, was against Brazil, albeit in 1975. But there we go. Dunga, let's talk a little bit about him. How worried are you, Trevor, if you were Dunga, that it wasn't just a lacklustre performance? His side didn't seem to be playing for him or doing the basics of football right against Ecuador.
Well, ever since he was appointed the coach of the Brazilian national team, he seems to have been under pressure. He's not been a popular choice, despite the fact that he won Cup America, beating Argentina convincingly in the final. Still, this present campaign has found on 1 or 2 occasions the team have shown a lack of desire. When you look at the record of Brazil, they've qualified for every World Cup, and I'm sure they'll qualify from this group, despite their poor form. I just wonder if there's a little bit of complacency that creeps in, when it's not really that necessary to get the wins. because, you know, when it comes around to the World Cup, they're always there and you wouldn't bet against them.
As for Dunga, if he doesn't win this one, a draw or defeat, could he be out of a job? There's talk about Scolari possibly waiting in the wings.
It could be. I'm not so sure if Scolari is going to be the man, because Scolari and him are more or less in the same style. It's always in Brazil a big discussion. You want to play the beautiful football, or you have to be a little bit more aggressive, more physical, and so on. Dunga and Scolari represent this last tendency. So probably if Dunga goes, probably they will go for somebody else that it will represent, say, the beautiful football. That means they will play all the best players in Brazil. Somehow we are going to see this kind of samba game and so on. So it's all open to conjecture. But as Trevor say, I mean, Dunga from the very first moment he had an enormous amount of criticism, because the people as a whole, they didn't like him as a player for Brazil. He's not a Brazilian type of player, and they didn't like him as a manager.
OK, big night for Brazil then. As for Argentina, life couldn't be better. It's 3 wins in 3 for Diego Maradona after Saturday's 4-0 demolition of Venezuela. Tonight they travel to the altitude of La Paz to take on Bolivia. Your commentators at the Hernando Siles Stadium, Terry Gibson and John Driscoll.
Well, it's so far so good for Diego Maradona, international football coach. Argentina comfortably saw off a Venezuela side that played like rabbits in the headlights on Saturday. The next challenge comes 12,000 feet up in the sky, a venue that's got the better of many an Argentina side of the past. Bolivia are much improved. They've shot up 43 places in the FIFA rankings over the last year to 56th in the world. They did lose to Colombia at the weekend, but if they get the better of Argentina today, they could be cementing a growing reputation. Now, is that a sign of things to come? Lionel Messi dumped on the ground around 40 seconds into the game.
I'm sure John, the Bolivia players, are going to look to use every advantage possible tonight. So used to the conditions, playing at high altitude. Really going to get tight to the Argentina players in the early stages of the game. It's a must-win game for Bolivia.
That was a shot, you know, from distance, and it was awkward as well, the way it bounced up off the ground. It was Alex de Rosa who hit it, and it was almost awkward for Juan Carrizo, the new #1 for Argentina. Seems to have cemented his place in the goal.
Yeah, we say there, John, about using the advantage of you're being used to altitude, and long-range effort there from de Rosa caused Carrizo 1 or 2 problems.
Long ball fired forward by Juan Manuel Peña of Celta Vigo, cleared away by Gabriel of Real Madrid. Argentina went a long time without winning in La Paz between 1973 and 2005. They couldn't get themselves a win here, and they're under pressure in the early stages, and it was deflected just over. It was the left-back, Abdon Reyes, very positive player. Early corner then for Bolivia.
You see a shoot-on-sight policy from the Bolivian players in the opening 2 or 3 minutes.
They took the free kick, the corner, beg your pardon, quickly. Sliced behind by Lucho Gonzalez. Another corner then for Bolivia. Real outsiders in terms of the qualification campaign, but at home they play with a different attitude, different confidence. But they're up against a team with awesomely effective attacking players, and it's Tevez with the deep ball, and it's just too long. But look how quickly Argentina are willing to break away.
Look how quickly Bolivia are willing to get the ball back in play as well. It's a real test of fitness.
Of course, Maradona can't complain about the game being played 2.3 miles up in the mountains. He was the most high-profile member of the campaign to reverse the ban on playing at high altitude. He played in a game here with the Bolivian president, Evo Morales, lent his support to the campaign and said, God says that we should play football in the mountains. If you're born in the mountains, and not even Sepp Blatter can overturn it. That's what Maradona said, and he's got to stick by it, but they haven't had long to acclimatise. They played a warm-up game on Monday against the local team. It's not the attacking lineup, of course, that we saw at home to Venezuela, understandably so. He was bold enough to leave out Sergio Aguero, which might cause a family ruction or two, but Tevez got the nod. And on the basis, Terry, of what we saw the other night, it's a good decision, isn't it? Tevez looks to be in better form. There's a header though from Marcelo Martins, the big target man for Bolivia, who've started really well.
It's almost an attempt on goal every minute so far in the game for Bolivia. Martins that time kept on the end of the cross from the left side. Gets above Papa at the far post there. Just can't direct the ball in towards goal, but back to that decision to play Tevez. I think it was a real bright spark the other night. I think the attack was quite laboured in the first half, and he was the exception. I think he created a real spark, and he had a good turn of pace. And of course, in the second half, he was instrumental in the side scoring another 3 goals to really seal a comfortable victory.
I've got to say, the write-ups of that game that I've seen since had Argentina winning a little bit more spectacularly than I witnessed. I thought, like you, we all said, didn't we, and Trevor in the studio at half-time, that it was a laboured first-half performance. In the end, they were too good for Venezuela, but it wasn't quite world-beating stuff.
Particularly in the first half, John, there was very few attempts on goal. Just that one attack between Messi and Tevez that created the opening goal for Lionel Messi. Of course, when you got players like Messi, Tevez.
De Rosa into the penalty area! It was a wicked ball in, and it was just in front of Joaquin Botero.
Again, that's another half chance there, and Botero, the predator in front of goal for the Bolivia team. They really do rely on him scoring the goals alongside Martins. Great ball in from the left. Botero just unfortunate not to anticipate it quick enough. Just get that early touch, but an anxious opening 5 minutes, I would say, for Diego Maradona.
He's played 3-1-3 since he took over as the Argentina coach. A couple of friendlies against Scotland and France away. Perfect start that he would have wanted against Venezuela. And they executed their plan well enough. Ronald Garcia there with the challenge. Concern, though, for Maradona. He's a hero in Bolivia, as well as in Argentina and in much of South America. And his side have won a free kick there. Lionel Reyes, the man with the foul.
Again, the good tactics, good attitude, not allowing the Argentina players any time on the ball to dictate the tempo of the game. The likes of Gago and Mascherano in midfield. Excellent technical players. Ronald Garcia and Lionel Reyes are really going to be in their faces trying to stop them playing.
The left-back for Argentina is Emiliano Papa, domestic-based player. A relative rarity then in the Argentina team. Only his 3rd cap tonight. They're blessed with options in many positions, but not really at left-back, where we've seen Zanetti play plenty of times in his 130 and counting caps. Here he is. Lucho back to Zanetti. And Mascherano, the skipper, has just taken over the armband from Zanetti. One of Maradona's first decisions, and of course to drop Riquelme. There are plenty of good players not in this Argentina squad. Gonzalo Higuain of Real Madrid and Esteban Cambiasso of Inter. Mark Hughes has been supporting Zabaletta's case in the British papers this week. No Colaccini either. Good turn by Ronald Garcia. And then Lionel Reyes. Very passionate home support in La Paz. Free kick as De Rosa was brought down.
I think this is going to be a much sterner test for Diego Maradona, and his team had to withstand Saturday evening against Venezuela. Bolivia is a must-win game to get back into the race for qualification. You do rely on their home form.
Abdon Reyes running at the Argentina back line, very confident in possession, the left back. Good recovery though, so Argentina can come away. Won the home fixture 3-0. A couple of goals from Riquelme that night. Very different setup now for Argentina. They were in a run of victories at the time. Excellent burst forward by Ribeiro, and then Martín! Heinze! He struck it well, and it was a terrific bit of goalkeeping by Carrizo.
And they're really putting the Argentina defence under pressure. Both fullbacks pushing on at every opportunity.
And the corner's taken quickly again. It's been a wonderful start by Bolivia. And they do get the ball back and then they give it away. Must be so wary of that against Argentina, because they can break with devastating precision. It's Tevez and then they lay off and it's chipped over the top and there's no flag here. Bolivia have got to get back in. Messi has kept that one in, he has, and Messi is a danger, as always, we know. And then picked out a green shirt, most unlike him. Look how quickly the game is going from end to end. No thoughts of conserving energy at the high altitude. Here's Gago. New experience for many of these Argentina players. You know, when Argentina lost here in 1997, coach then, Daniel Passarella, said that the ball doesn't roll properly at altitude. He was ridiculed for saying that, but Argentina haven't lost away to Bolivia since then. Not the fact that it once was, it would seem, with fitter players than we maybe had in the past. But a polite way of putting it is another long-range effort. No, Carrizo again! Well, he had nothing to do against Venezuela on Saturday. He's been the busiest man on the park so far tonight.
Again, we talked about the ball not rolling properly. It's the Rosa again from distance. It's nothing to do with how the ball rolls, it's how it moves in the air. Bolivian players fully aware that Argentina are not going to be used to playing at altitude. They're striking the ball from great distances. At the time they're shooting, you're thinking it's a ridiculous attempt, but it's paying off.
Another corner, this time it's taken long into the penalty area. Argentina are able to half clear. Now first to the second ball then is Zanetti. Led the break for the opening goal the other night, but he's unable to do so this time. It's Botero. Record goal scorer for Bolivia. To Garcia. And Garcia decides to take it on himself, and then he wins the challenge, and it's breaking their way. And Martín's with a chance, and with a goal! And you've got to say that has been coming. 100% deserved by Bolivia. What a start they've made. And Diego Maradona is behind for the first time as the Argentina coach.
This all starts from the throw-in, John. It's played out play by Zanetti. Before he can get back in position, the ball boys are throwing the ball back, the ball straight back in play. And Argentina couldn't clear their lines. Great tackle on the edge of the box, I think it's from Ronald Garcia. Full-hearted, well-hearted tackle. Wins it, eventually falls to Martins, shows good composure, manages just to stab it past Carrizo. It's been an outstanding start from Bolivia, and they fully deserve the one-goal lead. Here we see Demichelis and Garcia, fully committed from Garcia. Falls kindly, eventually Botero back into Martins to his strike partner. Good composure, fortunate just to stab it past Carrizo.
It's the 21-year-old's 6th international goal. He's their star player in many ways. He's the only one who's made a big money move. They're coming again. Carrizo diving away once more. It was Botero this time with the early strike. What a start this has been by Bolivia.
We've got two opposite ends of the spectrum here regarding tactics, John. Argentina want to slow the pace of the game down and get themselves into the game. Bolivia are not letting them have any respite whatsoever. They want to play at high tempo. Every time the ball goes out of play, it's back in quickly. They're shooting from distance, they're winning their tackles. They're really making it an uncomfortable night so far for Diego Maradona and the Argentinian team. They've got the quality to come back, but Bolivia at the moment are not letting them have any time on the ball whatsoever.
Well, we saw on Sunday night Brazil ride their luck to an extraordinary degree against Ecuador to come away with a draw. Combination of luck and brilliant goalkeeping. Looks as though Argentina are in a similar spot of bother up in the mountains again tonight against Bolivia. Chile did win here though, they won by 2-0. As I say, the altitude factor isn't quite what it was in the past. Although, obviously being the second of the fixtures, it means that they haven't had the time to acclimatise. There was that bizarre story, wasn't there, Terry, that we were looking at early in 1973, where they sent a ghost team, not the regular team, but they put together almost like a B team and sent them to train in the mountains for 3 weeks before the game against Bolivia, and they won the game.
Very few of them got selected to go to the actual World Cup finals that they helped their squad to qualify for back in West Germany.
Argentina's big stars are out tonight. Messi has been on the ball twice, he's given it away twice. His first taste of the experience of playing at high altitude.
I'm not sure that Barcelona would have appreciated Messi going off to the mountains of Bolivia to prepare for a month for a World Cup qualification game. But
good movement here, and the flag is then raised. It was Tevez who was through, finished it off just to be on the safe side. It was a close call. We've got Uruguayan officials in charge of this game.
see Messi just started the wrong side of the central defender there. So he's in an offside position. Does look to get him behind, make those little darting runs.
Room again here for Bolivia, and another long range shot, and this one comes crashing back off the crossbar. It was Didi Camacho, and it certainly had the beating of Carrizo. This time there was a slip by Garcia, so Peña had to make sure that he got there. He certainly did, as Mascherano well knows.
I think Argentina have got a problem they've clearly got to deal with. They're allowing the midfield players. You see Camacho from distance. He's got far too much time there. No one's attempting to close him down. I think it's okay for him to shoot from that distance. Carrizo's goal is being peppered. They're shooting at every opportunity. So important. If it's not the two central defenders, at least Gago or Mascherano, they've got to make sure they're blocking those long distance shots.
And he's got the two shielding midfield players in. So they've been selected to do that job, but they've been unable to do it in the first quarter of an hour of this game. Good ball, though. Well, I think Tevez acknowledges that, maybe just a tiny bit slow off the mark. Something for Diego Maradona to ponder on.
Certainly got the advantage for Bolivia because of the 9 points they've gained in this qualification. 8 have come from home matches. Some good results along the way here, beating Paraguay and Peru. They do struggle away from home, which is always going to make it difficult for them to qualify, but to have any chance whatsoever, they've got to win their home games. And I think they see this as a last chance opportunity to give themselves the opportunity of perhaps sneaking into 5th place for a playoff. But when we see the advantage, the way they're playing at the moment, the tempo, I'm not sure that any team can sustain this for 90 minutes. Argentina desperately trying to slow it down. A little spell of possession. The tempo that Bolivia have played have made it almost impossible for Argentina to live with.
When they played Uruguay here, they were 2 up at half-time, drew 2-2. Similar problem, perhaps. Not that they've had a problem yet in this one. Many of the world's top sports people come to Bolivia. I know Chris Hoy, the triple Olympic gold medal winning cyclist, trains in La Paz. The idea is that when you go back to sea level, you're fitter. Doesn't quite follow then that Bolivia struggle when they go away. Quality of your players is a factor. Now Papa coming forward. It's a long and fruitless run, though, for the Argentina left-back.
It's not the first pass we've seen tonight, John, that's been overhit. I think it's a problem for the Argentina players. Almost looks a good pass to start with, and the ball just running away from the attacking player that's chasing it.
Maxi playing on the left of the midfield, out of position really for him, with Jonas Gutierrez of Newcastle suspended. Over the top it goes again. Good recovering header, but Marcelo Martins was there to win it back. And Camacho onto Botero. Trying to give it back, but also then manages to get a boot in, but a slip from Tevez. Everything's going Bolivia's way. Abdon Reyes against Lucho. And away from Mascherano as well. Zanetti showing all of his vast experience. Get Argentina off the hook this time.
Experienced defending there from Zanetti. It was better as well from Mascherano and Gago, who managed to close down that shooting opportunity just prior to that tackle from Zanetti.
Good work by Marcelo Martins of Shakhtar Donetsk in club football, by the way, in Ukraine. Says he wants to play for Real Madrid one day. Garcia, a bit too far in front of Martins.
It's a poor throw there from Papa, the left back, into Gago infield. Just encouraged the Bolivia midfield players to pressurise and put him under pressure.
Now then, Messi on the ball. Look at him go. And Tevez, and back again. Brilliant from Argentina, but what a save! Cesar Arias has had nothing to do for 20 minutes, and then he pulls something right out of the top drawer.
It's the first sign of any real quality from the Argentina team this evening, taken 20 minutes. Of course, no surprise, it's Lionel Messi involved. I thought it was the perfect finish, just tried to dink it over Arias and the Bolivia goal there, but good goalkeeping. That just goes to show the quality is the difference. Of course, Bolivia, all work rate, endeavour, enthusiasm. Can Argentina show their true quality?
De Rosa was charged down by Mascherano that time. Breaks Bolivia's way. A little step over, and this time the shot is way off the target from Camacho.
So Lionel Messi turns, once he gets away and he's running away in full flight. No defender can live with him. Tevez with a little return pass. It's an exquisite little dink from Lionel Messi. Arias read it perfectly, didn't go to ground. Managed to tip it away safely. I think though Maradona will be concerned with the opening 20 minutes. He's aware that the quality that's in his team. I think they're learning one or two lessons already. Gago and Mascherano, in particular in midfield, started blocking those long-range efforts. The tempo from Bolivia has slightly slowed down now. His team are having a greater share of possession of the ball now.
And the more they get Messi on the ball, the happier Maradona will be. They managed to get their left back offside. Probably an encouraging sign for Argentina. I don't think he got out of his own half in the first 15 minutes.
It was just one shot after the other, wasn't it, from long distance? You see Papa clearly offside there. Then it's good to see the left back. And so advanced up the field of play, and Argentina just slowly but surely getting a foothold in this game. Certainly a blistering start from the home team, wasn't it? As I said.
Well, that's almost managed to pick out Botero. Just a touch to bring it down, and he could have been looking at two. It seemed to be a clear plan, didn't it, from Bolivia, not to allow Argentina to come in and play at a slow tempo.
Almost for sure, John. I mean, it was a blistering start. We've had 3 shots in the first 3 minutes of the game. Another part of their tactics as well was shooting on sight from long distance.
Tevez up against Rivero. Now Lucho. Maxi Nicely stopped by a good challenge. Marcelo Martín certainly gets through some work, doesn't he? The big centre forward for Bolivia.
Argentina winning a few more tackles as well now. Tevez there. Good, strong challenge. And certainly for the goal, Ronald Garcia certainly showed more determination than Demichelis. 50-50. Eventually led to Bolivia getting the opening goal. I think the start for Bolivia really surprised the Argentinian team.
And Argentina are coming back into this one now. And Maxi tries to release Tevez. Good header by Rivero. And then Ribeiro was caught in possession. Oh, that's gone in! Well, can you believe it? Everything that Bolivia have done in the first 25 minutes of this game. And it's all been undone. A long red shot that has slipped through the arms of Cesar Arias. Lucho, the goal scorer. But there is a huge stroke of luck for Maradona. Who knows, he might just be a lucky coach.
We spoke about the shooting from long distance from the Bolivian players. Lucho there decided to try his luck. It's probably 35 to 40 metres out from goal. You see Bolivia give the ball away. It's won back brilliantly by Maxi. That's at least 40 metres. It does bounce in front. Arias, but the goalkeeper really should be doing better there. But I think the Argentina players have been encouraged by the success rate. The Bolivian players shooting from distance. Lucho decides to try his luck from a great distance, probably somewhere he wouldn't shoot from normally. He's got his team back on level terms. For me, they were just getting back into the game, just acclimatising to the game. The tempo of the game has slowed down now. The quality is just starting to shine through.
Lucho Gonzalez with his 6th international goal. The Porto attacking midfield player. It's taken the edge off the crowd noise as well, hasn't it? They had everything going for them, Bolivia. Just as the tide was beginning to turn, it was important that they didn't concede a goal, and then they conceded a soft one. Erwin Sanchez has a lot to think about now. And we know that Maradona, by the way, is a controversial character. Erwin Sanchez matches him. Twice in his playing career, he attacked referees, once in Portugal where he played and once in an international as well. The only Bolivian to score at the World Cup. When they got there in 1994, the only time they've qualified, they played in 30 and 50 without having to qualify. Much better though from Argentina, well, let's say that, and then Gago gets that pass altogether wrong.
The Bolivia defence are playing a really high line. They're pushing up, trying to play Tevez and Messi offside. I think it's a dangerous tactic.
Good challenge. Rivero coming across, and then he dwells in possession a little bit. Papa put him under pressure.
It's a great tackle for Papa. If you're in the opening 15-20 minutes with a team that were winning all the tackles.
Here's Messi. Thumping tackle, it breaks for Gago.
Everybody fancies their chances now, shooting from distance. See, it's Ribeiro caught in possession here for Maxi. Just pinches the ball off him. There, it falls to Lucho. Sizes up the opportunity. Probably should have been closed down there by the central defender quicker. Willing to let him shoot from distance. He probably thinks his goalkeeper's got this covered. The mistake has cost Bolivia.
Can Bolivia respond? Can they pick themselves up? Put the ball into the penalty area. The keeper lost it for a second. It was a good recovery, actually, from Carrizo to get it away. As far as Ronald Garcia. Back in it goes. Another header. This time from Botero. Comfortably held by Carrizo.
As soon as any cross comes into the box, it's either Botero or Marcelo Martins always looking to be on the end of it. Botero is certainly one of those players that looks as if he's the type of striker that thrives on service into the 18-yard box.
Camacho for Bolivia. It's Camacho again. Once more it goes across the face of the Argentina goal. No one on the end of it.
I think the closest player on the far post was Ribeiro, who's playing at right back. Looking to attack at every opportunity. Here we see the Butchers goes across the 6-yard box. Ribeiro and they're just out picture, but what that's doing, Ribeiro and Abdon Reyes, the left back, really attacking, but it's leaving huge spaces, and Pena and Ribeiro are not the quickest two central defenders, relying on catching Tevez and Messi offside. And I think it's a dangerous tactic. If Gago and Mascherano can get time on the ball and can find the pass, they can give good service to the front two. And I think the counter-attack Argentina are going to cause the Bolivian defence problems.
Well, here comes the right back again into an attacking position. And Ronald Garcia. Lionel Reyes to Abdon Reyes. Once again, Argentina retreat almost to the edge of their own penalty area. Once again, we get a long-range shot, and once again, a good save by Carrizo. There's been so much shooting in this game.
It's been absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen a game with so many long-range efforts on goal. De Rosa again, it's on target. Carrizo really having to earn his money tonight. Long-range efforts on target from the Bolivian players.
There's another corner, this time played towards the near post. Tevez to try and break away, and he wins the tackle as well, Carlos Tevez. And then a mistake by Messi, gives the ball back again to Abdon Reyes, but good pressure though from Argentina. And Messi back on the ball again, and Messi in on goal! Messi denied.
Well, 6s and 7s the Bolivian defence. There's Abdon Reyes, the left back, found himself in the right back position, didn't clear the ball properly. Pretty sure Maradona must be saying to his players, Messi, Tevez, just stay up front. Bolivia playing a real brave game, but they're just playing two against two on the halfway line.
Well, here they are again, Ribeiro putting the ball into the penalty area. The keeper's lost it, but there's no one on hand to knock this one in. Now there is an appeal for the penalty. There's more than an appeal. De Rosa has won the penalty for Bolivia. Argentina complain, but the Uruguayan referee, Martin Vázquez, has made up his mind.
Again, it all stemmed from a long-range effort, didn't it? The goalkeeper, Carrizo, spilled. Literally within seconds of Messi having a golden opportunity at one end of the pitch. It's Ribeiro attacking. Puts the ball into the box, but I think he slices that. Carrizo spills it. Botero with a cute back heel. Martins was the first player. Zanetti makes the challenge on De Rosa. And I think it's a good shout for a penalty. Zanetti just overruns it, should have cleared the ball quicker.
Well, we talk about the experience of Javier Zanetti, of course, but it really was an error. It wasn't much contact, but there was significant. Now Carrizo, who made a mistake in the build-up to the penalty being awarded, now has to face Botero. The record goal scorer for Bolivia has scored again, and they're in front again. What a game this has been.
It's been a fantastic game because both teams are looking to attack and score goals. Bolivia haven't got that first goal, just sat back a little bit. But Argentina had to come out, get back on level terms. And there we see the cute little penalty from Botero. Everyone else has gone for power all evening. And from the penalty spot, just chips it straight down the middle past Carrizo, but it's been end-to-end stuff. Argentina had to come back out to get back and get that equaliser. They really fancied their chances of getting the second goal, but got hit on the break. Bolivia have upped the tempo again. Obviously can't do it for full on for 90 minutes, but in spells, they can really turn up the heat, get shots on goal. It's almost been impossible for both goalkeepers tonight to catch the ball cleanly.
Goalkeeping errors definitely have played a part in the last 2 goals. Just did enough, didn't he, to get Carrizo moving.
It's amazing how everybody else has gone for power from, what, 35, 40 metres for the penalty spot. Botero just had the composure to wait for Carrizo to go to ground. Just dinked it straight down the middle.
Whenever Messi is anywhere near the ball, try to get the green shirts close to him. Good hard running again by Marcelo Martins. Demichelis back from suspension, didn't play at the weekend. Knows he's been in a game. De Rosa is caught in possession, and surely he fouled Messi. No, don't get the decision. Bolivia get the break, and they're on the break. It's an important challenge by Zanetti.
Interesting to see if Erwin Sanchez does change his tactics, just rein his fullbacks in a little bit for the last 10 minutes of the first half. So in a good position. They need to get some organisation amongst their back four, because, as I said, they were just happy to play the 2 central defenders against Tevez and Messi. Ribeiro and Abdon Raz really pushing forward. I think for the 10 minutes preceding half-time, it might be a good idea. There he goes again, the right back. Not sure if he really does know where he's playing and what he's doing, but he's got plenty of enthusiasm.
Well, that could be said of every one of those Bolivia players out there. They've played this game like it's the World Cup final.
Martin's there just with a little nudge in the back of Papa. Again, it's just got an example of the endeavour they've shown in the first 36 minutes. Just at times Argentina have showed their true quality with the wonderful players that they possess. But they're going to have to work really hard just to deny the likes of Messi, Tevez, Mascherano, Gago, Lucho and Maxi any opportunity to show that quality. You have to say so far that those chances have been few and far between for Argentina.
Here's Papa. Cross was deflected. Carried out of play by the defender. Lucho tried to squeeze the cross in. Actually, no, Lucho must have got the last touch on it, the goal scorer for Argentina. Of course, Maradona is putting his legendary status on the line to a degree and taking over as the coach of Argentina. But it is played 3-1-3. I'm sure that Alan Shearer would take a similar start at Newcastle. Bolivia attack again. Gago with a challenge. The referee has barely given a foul outside of the penalty area, at least. De Rosa through for Bolivia. De Rosa's trying to get the crowd up again. They've been up pretty much throughout the game. Ronald Garcia rode his luck. Came back to him from Mascherano. Now Peña. Oh, we could do without that, Bolivia. And the goalkeeper comes. Arias, what a mix-up. But they've got to break their way, Bolivia. And that's good football. Here's Camacho. This time they slip it in towards Botero, and it broke his way. And Carrizo is grateful and a little bit fortunate to hold on.
And it's a chance at either end of the pitch within 20-30 seconds.
And here's Messi to try and make another one up the Bolivia defensive end again. Corner for Argentina.
You see a dreadful pass back from Peña. I think Arias there that's a free kick for me. It's a dangerous tackle by the goalkeeper. Gets away with it. Again, Botero and Martin's causing havoc in the 18-yard box there.
Demichelis forward from the back. Headed away to the great cheers of the home supporters in La Paz. Papa is to be the first player shown a yellow card here for that challenge.
There's a robust lunge from behind. Emiliano, Papa. Tackle on Ribeiro. Never going to win the ball cleanly. And
taken quickly, and they were looking for the flag as Botero broke away, but it would have counted. There was no flag raised, and Argentina were caught out again.
The whole ground was stunned in silence, wasn't it? Everyone was waiting for the offside flag. It was almost as if Botero imagines that the referee was going to blow the whistle. Really should have scored there. Good work from Carrizo.
Well, he's a relatively inexperienced goalkeeper. He's 24, getting his 9th cap tonight. But he's certainly earned his money. Another yellow card brandished here. Foul on Gago. It was Lionel Reyes.
I think Papa was booked for his tackle on Ribeiro, and quite rightly Lionel Reyes booked there for a similar challenge on Gago.
Ronald Garcia. Happened a few times that misplaced passes have managed to almost pinball their way through to teammates. Demichelis takes a gamble. It's another thing that's happened a few times, isn't it? Defenders taking chances. There's Gago. Neatly done initially. And Tevez under pressure to Maxi, who was offside.
Wasted an attack there from Argentina. It was very promising. Good work from Gago. Maxi clearly offside. Didn't really get himself back into an onside position. You see Peña with a long-range effort. But Botero really should have scored there. Carrizo, Peña with a free kick. You see excellent footwork from Gago past Camacho.
Ronald Garcia, this time with an old-fashioned up and under. Good challenge by Heinze, getting around Marcelo Martins, being fouled as he did so.
Certainly been a bright opening half, hasn't it? Plenty of attempts on goal.
Gago fouled. De Rosa doesn't agree. And it's silly from De Rosa, really. It was too much, wasn't it? And he gets a yellow card for his complaints.
It's right into the face of the referee there. Clearly a shove from De Rosa and Gago. Obviously didn't agree with the referee's decision. When you argue as close to the referee as that, you're asking for trouble. A bit too late to put your hands behind your back after you've done all that.
Here's the free kick that is dealt with by Arias. And then quickly launched downfield towards Portero. His first touch wasn't perfect. Can he recover the situation and create the chance? Yes, he can! And the chance is taken by De Rosa. And Bolivia have a third. What a performance by Bolivia in this first half. And Argentina don't know what's hit them.
The Bolivia players there congratulating Arias on the Bolivia goal. It was his quick thinking. It was a long-range effort from the Argentinian free kick. Easily dealt with by Arias. Here we see, he collects it, looks up, straight away delivers the perfect pass to Portero. Manages to get the ball under control, beats Papa, beats the offside trap. He's waiting for support from his players. And picks out a fantastic cross towards the far post. And what a run that is from De Rosa. End to end, box to box. Right on the stroke of half time. Once he got there, clinical finish to put his side 3-1 ahead. Great little cross from Portero. What a run and what a finish from De Rosa.
And what a performance by Bolivia. You wouldn't think it's a team struggling towards the bottom of this group. It has been a fabulous first half. Well, it's hard enough to catch your breath at 12,000 feet, but at the end of this first half, everybody needs a breather. Brilliant stuff from Bolivia. They led at 1-0. It looked as though Argentina were coming back into it when Lucho's long-range shot crept in, but then two more goals, Portero and De Rosa. Half-time, it's Bolivia 3, Argentina 1.
What a turnaround from the weekend for Argentina. Aussie feeling the pain of that one. Trevor with me as well. They'll be looking back on that first 45 minutes. For Bolivia, it's been as easy as 1, 2, 3. The half-time thoughts on their way.
They've shattered Chelsea in the semis. Drogba has surely finished off Liverpool.
Now, here they go again. Liverpool.
Giroud!
Chelsea.
Oh, devastating!
Next Wednesday from 7. Plus Barcelona, Bayern Munich.
Oh, it's magnificent!
The UEFA Champions League. Next Wednesday from 7. Sky Sports.
If you need to find a cab in a strange city, there's an app for that. Or figure out your share of the bill for a table of 5. There's an app for that. Or fix a wobbly bookshelf. There's even an app for that. Yep, there's an app for just about anything. Only on the iPhone.
Hey, homeowner, when you take out More Than Buildings insurance, you get up to £75,000 worth of home contents cover. Free. Relax. It's covered. Your telly, your fridge, right down to your socks. Yeah, socks. Sock it to me. Visit us at morethan.com.
Get moving with the new V-Smile Motion, the active learning system from VTech. Jump, lean, wiggle and laugh with all your favourite characters like Wall-E, Kung Fu Panda, Spider-Man and Mickey Mouse. And while you're having all this fun, use your brain as part of the game. So get moving and learning with V-Smile Motion from VTech.
I live with my mum. Her discs are split in her back. Because we're worrying, my temper's getting worse. They say that my mum can't control us. We were feeling upset. We feel as if we haven't got anyone to talk to. One of my brothers was crying, saying he don't want to go into care. Action for Children. Come out to the house. They just asked my family members if they could help us. Can have someone to talk to. It has worked to stop us from being put into care. We'd feel happy at home now. I'm feeling a lot stronger now. We don't want to leave our mum.
We're here for as long as it takes. Action for Children.
I've been asked to tell you about the new Renault Laguna. And you know what? I've said yes to it. But you know me. I like efficient talks. Actually, let's talk about efficiency. Only 4.9 liters per 100 kilometers and 130 grams of CO2 for the Renault Eco 2 hatchback version. Does this appeal to you? This also is efficient for the conscience. A high-definition sound system with special sound. Nothing is too good for Mozart. And you? You'll buy this car? Of course. And the sat-nav system comes in a DVD with Bluetooth. It can be managed with just one finger. Just one finger. Magic. Did I tell you about the finish of the new Renault Laguna? Or about the 8 airbags with 2-stage auto-adaptive? Safety is important. Especially for someone delicate. Like me. I was about to forget the most important. A worldwide exclusive, the advanced technology of his 4-control system with 4-wheel steering. A Renault exclusive for an exceptional handling and driving precision. End of talk. The best is to try it for yourself. As for me, this car makes me want to drive. Free. Like the wind. Like a wild horse. Like well, au revoir.
We need to send an expert.
A walking, talking, know-it-all.
Expert. A guru. How about Wu? Wu will do.
Where to?
First stop, Peru.
Then send Wu to Kathmandu.
What's next?
Timbuktu.
And area code 212. So Timbuktu, Kathmandu, Peru, and 212?
All by 2:30.
Not a problem.
Need an expert? Push a button. That's the human network effect.
Phew.
Learn more at cisco.com/UK.
Live South American World Cup qualifiers continue tonight, 2 a.m. It is Brazil against Peru right here on Sky Sports 1. Right now we're looking back on the first half, Bolivia against Argentina. I think Aussie's face just about says it all. Poor Aussie. 3-1 down. Aussie, a hell of a turnaround from the weekend, wasn't it?
Don't you want to ask Trevor first? Yes, it has been a dreadful performance for Argentina, one of the worst ever, I will say, in history for the Argentina national team. They look like they're playing. I mean, Argentina is lucky to be losing 3-1. In fact, it looked like professional playing against amateur players, and Argentina looked the amateur. So it has been really incredibly bad.
Maradona changed his formation tonight. It's supposed to be more defensive, yet when Martín's had plenty of time to put home the opening goal, didn't he? The defensive qualities weren't visible.
When you go away from home, you need a strong defence to give you a base in which to work from, and there's too many players here who are not natural defenders. The left back, I don't know anything about him. Aussie's been talking to me about him during the first half, but he doesn't look a full-back to me. I mean, they had chances here to clear this, and then he comes running across, runs past the ball, sells himself. That is particularly poor defending from Papa.
Yeah, Argentina, Demichelis had the time to clear, Gago had the time to clear, Papa had the time to clear, so you made so many mistakes. At the end of the day, the ball had to finish in the net.
And this came after the goalkeeper, Carrizo, had made 3 or 4 outstanding saves, so it was no surprise when Bolivia took the lead. The fact that for me is this altitude, you know, because we've seen a different type of performance from Argentina, and I think it has a huge effect on the away side. Bolivia looked very comfortable playing at altitude.
It has, yes. I have played there in my career, and it's nearly 4,000 meters. And this is the only excuse that you can put, really, because somehow you're a little bit lethargic, you're a little bit slow, and you want to pass the ball. There are so many mistakes. It's so bad that, in fact, it makes Messi look like human right now. So.
3,637 metres above sea level. It's a hell of a height, isn't it? What was the altitude to do with Argentina's goal? Should they have been trying more things like this?
Well, I think that, Bolivia there had the opportunity to go and close Gonzalez down. They don't do so. I mean, the defender should be out at him now. They allow him to shoot. But really, having said that, it's no excuse for the goalkeeper. I'm just wondering, if that ball actually hits the 6-yard line and actually lifts and deceives the goalkeeper. But you've got to put it down to Arias' goalkeeping error.
The errors involved in the penalty decision were clear for any Argentinian fan to see, weren't they, Ozzy?
Well, yes, again, too many mistakes. The goalkeeper mistake. Now Zanetti have a chance to clear, try to control it, and suddenly people will say maybe penalty, maybe not. I think it was a penalty. It was contact at the end of the day, so I have no complaint. But too many mistakes against inside the box, and you make so many mistakes inside the box, the ball has to finish in the net. Yes, that's a fact.
That's what I'm talking about there. About Zanetti, for me, he's not a natural defender. He's played a lot of his football in the middle of on the right of the midfield. And when you're in that situation, the penalty box, first and foremost, you must clear your lines. The fact that he had that touch, he was looking to dribble out the box. For me, that's not good defending.
And as far as the third goal is concerned, it came from an Argentinian chance, and a 32-year-old, his first call-up in 5 years, was the man to get on the end of Botero's cross in the end.
Yeah, they've got two at the back, and Papa allows Botero to get away from him, but having got back, he then allows him to cross the ball without closing the ball down. And you see that situation there, 2-on-1, Botero should never get in behind, but now Papa's got to get closer to him to stop the cross.
And what should Zanetti be doing?
Well, Zanetti should be on the half-turn, looking to see if there's any runners coming from midfield. Give credit to the lad De Rosa. He mixed up a lot of ground, but Zanetti's got to adjust his position.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's right. Trevor is right. We are playing with left back, right back. Probably they are not proper defenders. So maybe because of that, we are paying a very, very heavy price.
Just quickly, you could take that a stage further. Heinze is probably a better left back. Demichelis is probably a better holding central midfield player.
Plenty to talk about. We've run out of time for this bit, but Maradona had plenty to think about before the game and at half-time as well. How will the second half turn out? Find out in a couple of minutes.
I know there's something bizarre out there. I just don't know what it is.
Forensics thought it was an animal at first. They were mistaken.
Brand new Fringe, Sunday at 10, Sky One.
Looking for a rewarding cash ISA? Well, the new Reward ISA is a big idea from Abby. It gives you a 1.5% tax-free return. And on top of that, you'll also be rewarded with a special bonus if you leave your money untouched. 2% variable at the end of the first year, leading to an impressive 3.5% tax-free. For more about Abby's Reward ISA, call 0800 80 80 80. The Reward ISA is available from branches of Abbey, Bradford and Bingley and Alliance and Leicester, which have joined the Santander Group. Together, we are Santander.
Desperate to get rid of your textured walls and ceilings? There is a better way.
Polycell Smooth Over covers a textured surface to get it smooth, ready for painting. And the new tools now make it even easier. Polycell, behind every great finish.
My luck comes in all shapes and sizes.
High, low, odd, even, red, black.
I only play with a real wheel and live croupiers. They all know me. I choose, and luck decides.
Live roulette on supercasino.com. Register now and play live on TV tonight. Live games for real players.
If you need to find a cab in a strange city, there's an app for that. Or figure out your share of the bill for a table of 5, there's an app for that. Or fix a wobbly bookshelf, there's even an app for that. Yep, there's an app for just about anything, only on the iPhone.
I'm hungry.
Hot?
Pizza Hut Happy Hour. A main course, garlic bread and a drink for just £4 all in.
With the Dulux Paint Pot, you can paint a room easily and quickly. And when you've finished, it'll even clean itself. The Dulux Paint Pot. Painting just got easier.
You know how all the great stories start. Are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin. You want to know how this one ends? Tell you what, I'll let you know in the morning.
The business class experience from American Airlines.
Leading up to our premiere of No Country for Old Men, we present a season of films from two of the coolest filmmakers around.
Oh, yeah?
Stay in and go to the movies. Our Coen Brothers season on Sky Movies Indie.
Let's take you back for the second half in La Paz. Bolivia 3, Argentina 1 at the break. Your second half commentary team, Terry Gibson and John Driscoll.
Well, the referee finally checks with his assistant. He's been out there a good 6 minutes. It's now the traditional relaxed approach to the idea of a 15-minute half-time break in the South American World Cup qualifiers. Bolivia finally rejoined us. They deserve a rest. The effort they put in the first half. Marcelo Martín with a long-range hopeful shot. We saw in the first half. They do come off at times, and the ball moves around more than ever when you consider the high altitude, the thin air, 2.3 miles up in the mountains. Maradona can't complain. He was such a prominent critic of the decision to ban games being played this high up, when it was made by FIFA under pressure actually from Brazil and Argentina, the football federations in those countries. Objections have since been abandoned. Talk of a bit of football politics playing a part, of course, with the World Cup going to Brazil in 2014, unopposed in the rest of the South American continent. Offside decision here against Tevez. Would have been a challenging half-time team talk for the rookie coach of Argentina, and Diego Maradona, Terry.
He certainly would, and for Erwin Sanchez as well, his team were absolutely superb. He'd asked them to do exactly the same. But what Argentina have got to do is they've got to be braver in possession of the ball. They've got to work really hard to stop those long-range efforts from the Bolivian players. They've got to try and hope they can at least get Tevez and Messi in good areas of the pitch, good possession of the ball. It's going to be hard. Bolivia players not let them have it easy in the first half. Argentina do possess the quality in their team to still get back into this game.
Messi challenged by Rivero. The more Messi is involved, the more likely Argentina are to score. It's almost as simple as that. Didi Camacho plays it forward to Botero, scorer of the penalty. Record goal scorer for Bolivia. And Luis Ribeiro, who is nominally a right back, seems to be playing as a wing back, attacking winger from time to time as well. No free kick. Argentina can break. The big two in South America just can't get going. Every time it's looked as though Brazil and Argentina might coast towards qualification and a guaranteed place in the top four, there has been a setback along the way. They've been lucky because the other teams have been unable to take advantage. Yellow card there for Didi Camacho.
I think he's been hard done by there. I think he's suffered for the fact that Rivero just seconds before committed a similar type of foul.
Didi Camacho, the same person, by the way. Hasn't been taken off at half-time, just changed his name. And here's Ribeiro. You might think there are two of him playing. The places he's popped up in the pitch so far. There have been times that it's looked as though there have been 12 Bolivians out there. Lionel Reyes swings it back. It's that sort of shielding kind of role that Bolivia have employed to some good effect, actually. Raul Garcia, he's been guilty of giving the ball away a couple of times. This time, though, he does get the free kick from Javier Mascherano.
I think the two central midfield players for Bolivia have been excellent. Garcia being fouled there by Mascherano and Lionel Reyes.
This is Camacho. Chips it against Zanetti, comes back out to the left-sided midfield player, Abdon Reyes with the shot. Cleared by Demichelis, the Bayern Munich defender. Good work by Peña. Hugely experienced player. Peña is 36 years of age, winning his 80th cap. And Abdon Reyes again. Once again, he got the ball into the penalty area. He was caught late, and he was caught painfully as well.
I think it's a strong tackle from Zanetti. No change in the way Bolivia approaching the second half. Both full-backs attacking again. This is where they leave themselves open if Argentina can win the ball back.
But Ronald Garcia won it back, and a lucky break! And it should have been another goal. De Rosa, who scored the third, could so easily have had the fourth.
He knows it, just a rush of blood there. Great determination again from Ronald Garcia. Wins the tackle with Gago. The ball fortunately falls for De Rosa, just onside. He should be hitting the target there, but he just couldn't keep his head. He blasted it over the top.
Actually had plenty of time, didn't he? Which I guess he didn't realise because it deflected through to him.
They just got a bit excited. They also had time to look up and perhaps pass to Marcelo Martins in the centre of goal as well. It was a great opportunity for Bolivia.
De Rosa with the touch to Camacho and a little drift inside. Is it going to open up for him? Oh, it's another drop of the shoulder. He did everything right until the final shot on goal.
He loves that little step over, doesn't he? But he's always trying to work the ball on his left side. We see really completely goes past Gago quite easily. As I say, works onto his left side there, but can't get the shot in cleanly. But they look really confident now, Bolivia, don't they? That third goal was a bit of breathing space. Here we see Abdon Reyes, the left back, Getting the crossing, Zanetti with a late tackle there. Tried to block the cross, to be fair. Certainly gets enough of Abdon-Raz to cause him an injury to his right ankle.
And that's the end of his game, I'm afraid to say. And it'll be a loss because he's been hugely entertaining. Attacking from those positions, Ignacio Garcia comes on to replace him. It's a setback. Another young player comes on, 22-year-old who plays for Bolivia. Majority of the players play domestically in Bolivia. Ribeiro taking a little bit of a gamble. Good footwork from Gago again. Argentina putting some passes together in some tight areas. They bring Messi into the game. Maradona will have to think about using the players he's got available on the bench. Got to think of it in that way. Now there's no flag here. And Martins has some support. And he picks up Botero! Well, can you believe it? Another goal for Bolivia. Argentina have conceded 4. And Diego Maradona finds out just how tough coaching an international team can be. Bolivia's record goal scorer has got his 2nd of the game and their 4th.
It's great work from the strike partnership. Really got a good understanding. It's Marcelo Martins makes the run in the channel, beats the offside trap. Great awareness. He's waiting for his strike partner to get in position. Botero's just hovering around the far post. It's a great ball in by Martins. Picks out Botero on the far post. He's slightly behind him, so he has to change the angle of his attack. Manages to get a good connection on the ball, heads it downwards into the far corner, to the far post there, the near post of Carrizo. Just he manages to evade the diving goalkeeper.
And here they come again. It's been ceaseless from Bolivia. Remember, Bolivia are one of the rank outsiders of South American football. They've only qualified for the World Cup on 1 occasion. Chile have come here and won. They've thrown points away again against other rivals. But Argentina have struggled desperately in this game. They're about to throw on another midfield player in Angel Di Maria. Talented left-sided attacking player. And then Reyes. And Camacho lays it towards the ever-willing Martins. Look at him putting pressure on Demichelis.
He's been excellent, Martins. He's worked Argentina central defenders really hard. He's led the line, he's held the ball up. He's got a fair amount of skill as well. Looks a really good player.
Well, Maxi Rodriguez goes off. Given a tricky role tonight, Maxi out of position. And it hasn't worked for him.
Yeah, he hasn't played a huge part in the game at all, has he? And no surprise for me to see Di Maria came on at the end of the game on the weekend and really showed some promise in the last 10 or 15 minutes. But they certainly need more than someone to show a little bit of promise in the remainder of this game to get something out of this match.
Here he is, the substitute on the ball. Might fancy a crack at goal. He's been sitting on the bench watching the shots fly in. Decided to get a little taste of that long-range shooting. Gago. Peña across in front of Di Maria. And O'Reilly's. The Olays starts up in La Paz. One of the favourites for the World Cup are being given the run around by tiny Bolivia. Heinze seen enough of the Olays for the time being. As he goes down with a flourish, and a yellow card has been brandished to Ribeiro.
Ribeiro just trod on the foot of Heinze there. Theatrical with his dive.
They're attacking again. Can't score a fifth, surely.
Just the intensity of the play that Bolivia have approached this game and put the Argentina defenders under pressure.
Really good work by Di Maria. As Messi got the legs to stay with him, he goes for another long-range shot. Definitely came on with that idea in his mind, didn't he?
Yeah, certainly he has, and sure, clear instructions from Diego Maradona. You just wonder if Argentina are going to have the energy levels to get themselves back in this game. It's a huge ask.
De Rosa. No one attacking the near post this time. Both Botero and Martins went to the far post. Luckily for Argentina. Heinze blowing hard, isn't he?
Exactly. I think they've had to work so hard to keep up the pace with the home team. It's taken its toll. I did read that you need at least 10 days to acclimatise to playing in these conditions at this high altitude level. Argentina players have had maybe 2 days, maybe 3 at a push. I don't think it's enough, and it's no fault of their own. Playing a game at the weekend, travelling to Bolivia and playing at such high altitude. You see good work there from Di Maria. But the advantages are clear for all to see tonight for the home team. And we spoke about they got 9 points in total before the game tonight. 8 have come from home. They're not a good team, particularly away from home. They haven't got the quality. But at home, they really know how to make this advantage tell.
Well, there is a case to be answered from the Argentina Federation, because the game you negotiate, you put pressure on the order in which the games come, and they could put pressure on to try and get the away games in Ecuador and in Bolivia as the first of a double header. So it would give you the chance at least to have the best part of a week together. As the second part of a double header, having played at home at the weekend, like you say, they were here Monday to play a warm-up game, but then again, you couldn't risk playing the main players in a long game.
And they wouldn't have recovered on Monday, but from the Saturday evening match, so pretty sure it was a futile exercise. But it's also a wonder whether they could make sure the travelling distances. But I wonder if they could play back-to-back games at altitude, so at least they could get away for a week before the first game and perhaps play 2 games consecutively at altitude. It's certainly been a huge difference tonight. The conditions are a massive advantage for the home team.
Maybe we should reconsider that Brazil performance from the other nights away to Ecuador. Gago getting involved there, and now Messi is getting tasty. Tevez seems to have been given an arm off there in the face. He's not making anything of it. Carlos Tevez.
It was a tasty little spell there, wasn't it? Really competitive, great tenacity from both sets of players. Peña and Tevez. That's Rivero and Tevez. See Gago gets involved with Rivero again. Camacho's involved. They're not giving it up. Actually, Tevez went to ground. It's been a real competitive game, but so far played in a decent spirit.
We have seen Argentina games boil over. The game against Uruguay certainly went that way. The last one they won under the previous coach Basile before he resigned after they lost to Chile. Drew loads of games under him. Messi's going to shoot the way out. And he can't control the ball.
Messi hasn't had a real big impact in this game tonight. There's still plenty of time. A couple of pieces of magic from the best player at the moment, I think, in world football. Had one opportunity in the first half and he tried to chip it over Harrias. But hasn't looked comfortable this evening, Lionel Messi.
Zanetti's tackle really has broken kindly for Di Maria, but that's a lunge on Ronald Garcia. And the referee who kept his cards. Oh, it's a red card! A straight red card! He can't believe it. I think he only knows from the reaction of the crowd because he wasn't looking as the card was brandished. It was a lunge, it was a bad challenge, but Argentina can't believe it. And this game is going from bad to worse for Argentina and Diego Maradona. They're down to 10, they're 4-1 down.
You see Di Maria there going in for the ball initially with Ribeiro. It's a bit of a wild kick, and you'd have to say, according to the letter of the law, frustration gets the better of him. I must admit, I was surprised to see the referee brandish the red card. Well, honestly, I think he's got the decision right. You can't do that. Di Maria walked away knowing he was going to get booked and expecting to get booked. I think it was a wild lunge. It was frustration on the Argentinian player's part. I think his team could have done without playing with 10 men for almost, it's going to be near on 30 minutes now.
I think he was on the pitch for 7 minutes, made his impact, made his mark on his opponent, Ronald Garcia, as well, literally. And his teammates won't thank him, will they?
He came on, had 25 shots at goal, and the rest of his teammates were screaming at him to pass.
Here's De Rosa. Demichelis has to get there. But now they've got to play the rest of the game. Bearing in mind, they've all been through 64 minutes, he hasn't. Lionel Reyes, not quite as confident going forward as his teammates are. Alex De Rosa's going to shoot! And he shot with tremendous effect again. The Carrizo has made so many saves. And he might have another one to make still. Ronald Garcia. Back again to Camacho. Tried the dribble. But their energy levels here, Bolivia, have been excellent. Lost to Colombia at the weekend, and they, by all accounts, were pretty dreadful. And Ribeiro has chipped it through the middle. Could it be 5? Oh, yes! It's a hat-trick for Paterno! And Maradona and Argentina are being hammered by Bolivia.
But it's a weary-looking Argentina now. But Paterno, ever alert. Said in the opening minutes of the game, didn't we, Johnny? He's a predator. Thrives on service into the 18-yard box. Here he's always alert. It's a great run. He bends his run right across the back four. Papa falls asleep, not concentrating. And an expert finish. Wrong foot's Carrizo in the Argentinian goal. Guides it in towards the far post. And an unbelievable result, an unbelievable scoreline of 5-1. Paterno, never in his wildest dreams would imagine getting a hat-trick this evening.
Well, there has been nothing in Bolivia's record to suggest this was coming. They looked a hopeless case in terms of getting qualification. But here they come again, and Paterno again, but Carrizo this time comes and gets there, and he's going to throw on a defender. And it's damage limitation against Bolivia. But then at 5-1 down to 10 men, with some of his players looking out on their feet, you can understand and sympathise with Maradona.
Yeah, I think he's fuming with Papa, the left back. The last 2 goals come down his side. Martin's run away from him on one occasion. On that occasion, Botero just made his run across the front of Papa, who didn't pick him up at all.
And here they come again. It's Camacho. Slips it in towards Martins, defended by Heinze. It's been a humbling experience for Argentina. Ronald Garcia with another long-range shot. Well, you can't really fault them, can you? They've been ambitious, they've been hungry, and they have been brilliant.
Absolutely, I think that will be surprised the Anguilleri come on for Papa. It's Heinze go to left back. Just a more attacking player, Lucho, we haven't seen at all in the second half.
So centre-back replaces wide midfield player. If they could land the Argentina aeroplane in this stadium now and them all get on it and go home, they would. Right now, De Rosa goes off. He got his goal. He has played his night in one of the most famous nights for Bolivian football. It's replaced by Mauricio Socedo, another midfield player. They got a draw away to Brazil, which for them is a fabulous result. I know in the history they have defeated big teams at altitude, but it hasn't so much been the case. Argentina won when they came here 4 years ago. They drew the time before that. Argentina sides have been able to deal with the altitude in past competitions, as Maradona himself said last year. Fit professional footballers these days shouldn't be taken apart just because they're playing in difficult conditions.
I think there's definitely damage limitation from Maradona now. The Anguilleri is a central defender playing.
Well, here's Anguilleri in a really advanced position. Has he got the quality? No. He is a central defender. Just strange Argentina formation for the time being. We'll get back to you on exactly who's playing where. That's if they can decide for long enough. Anguilleri then comes back and puts the tackle in on Socedo.
Anguilleri had a decent game the other night against Venezuela, but Demichelis back from suspension. Maradona opted to make the change.
Well, I know if Pep Guardiola is watching this game in Barcelona, he'll be screaming for Messi to get off. Nothing even the genius of Lionel Messi can do now, surely, about this scoreline.
Certainly for the comeback of all comebacks, wouldn't it, if Argentina can get something out of this game. Down to 10 men, and it was very weary. They've really been put to the test tonight by energetic Bolivian team.
Here's Messi. Haven't seen that much of him. Gago again to Messi. Here he goes, dancing to the edge of the penalty area. Hasn't been Messi's night, it's been Bolivia's occasion.
I think Messi's come up against some resolute, determined defending, which I can't say the same for the Argentina defenders tonight. Chances and goals conceded by them have been far too easily created by the Bolivian players. Botero's helped himself to a hat-trick. I haven't seen enough of the Argentinian players winning tackles on the edge of the box, blocking shots. I don't think the two defensive midfield players have helped their defence tonight. You see Peña and Rivera have defended with such great determination at the heart of Bolivian defence. It's a huge difference in the teams this evening.
And there is impudence here from Bolivia. They're humiliating Argentina. And they're picking their way through Argentina. Ribeiro chips to the edge of the penalty area. Offside against the hat-trick hero. We'll forgive him that.
Yeah, I think that's get the tactics from Maradona now as well. I think he's reverted back what served him so successfully on Saturday evening. He's playing the three central defenders as Zanetti just shuffled across slightly more infield alongside Demichelis and Heinze, Puffer and Anguilera, the two wide wing backs. It's a lost cause now for Argentina. I have to give full credit to Bolivia, the way they approached this match. I saw it as a challenge. I didn't show too much respect for the stars of Argentina. Got amongst them from the first minute, got their shots in and goal, played at a high tempo. In all honesty, Argentina haven't been able to live with it tonight.
And they're still attacking. And they're still opening up. Argentina. Lionel Reyes then puts a pass slightly astray, but it goes into the box again. Carrizo grateful to see it drift out of play. Well, there is one final change to be made. Daniel Montenegro, 30-year-old who has only got a couple of caps, midfield player. More damage limitation. One of these Argentina players will be spared the rest of the occasion, the rest of the game, just to get a little bit of a breather. They just want out of there now.
You'd like to think it might be Lionel Messi as well. Played in the summer of the Olympics, successful competition there for his country. And loads of game for Barcelona.
Oh, the keeper very nearly put it on a plate for Martins to score a sixth.
That sums up the attitude of the Bolivian players, doesn't it? They haven't stopped just yet. It's the back pass from Anguilera. Carrizo put under pressure. He's really chased the lost cause there, Martins, in the hope of just forcing Carrizo to make the mistake. Get himself a second goal. Great work ethic tonight from the Bolivian players.
Martins, by the way, has gone to 6 in these World Cup qualifiers, Botero to 8. Botero had a really long drought as well. These goals are really flying in for him. There's Montenegro. And there's Tevez sitting on the bench. So Messi, who's played every one of these qualifiers, will play another 90 minutes. They do need to protect their star man, don't they? I know Tevez is a star, don't get me wrong, but Messi is the real gem for Argentina and for Barcelona.
I think in fairness to Messi as well, he was the only one out of the three that played the entire 90 minutes the other night between him, Aguero and Tevez.
Well, good pressure from Gago. Here is Messi. Here is Montenegro. The shot was blocked. Well, hopefully it will do wonders for the fitness of these Argentina players, for their return games for their clubs. But it has been an exhausting shift. Well, by Ignacio Garcia. Mascherano. Mascherano. Put that down as a shot on goal, I think.
That's the record for this evening, John. We've seen some long-range efforts. I think that's the record. It's as if he's even seen the goalkeeper off his line. He's just going for power from long distance. Quite clearly, the belief from the Argentina players is gone now. Still thought they had a chance getting back in the game at 3-1, but as soon as it went to 4, it was game over. Botero was always going to try and chase his hat-trick then, a memorable day's work for Botero.
And Ronald Garcia certainly played his part in this game. Been excellent in the centre of the midfield. And he deserves his ovation to be replaced by Walter Flores for the remaining 12 minutes, plus a little bit of stoppage time. And Flores gets his taste of this historic occasion for Bolivia.
I think Ronald Garcia and Lionel Reyes have been absolutely awesome tonight. Dominated Gago and Mascherano in midfield, which is a really tough job. Right from the first minute, they were on top of them, closing them down.
Here's Angeleri. It does seem odd to me, Terry, that you've got Angeleri, a young central defender, playing in that position at the moment. Zanetti playing further back. And Zanetti, as we know, a really versatile player who definitely can play right midfield, right wing back.
A lot of questions remain to be answered regarding the stewardship of Diego Maradona. There's no doubting he was the best player in the world for a number of years, and of course managing his coaching is a entirely different career to being the #1 player in the world, and huge pressure on him.
It was a shock appointment, and it started so well, the momentum carrying him through, a couple of friendly wins, good wins as well, and a comfortable 3 points against Venezuela. But this has been the mother of all wake-up calls for Argentina and for Maradona. They've been put to the sword by Bolivia. Here's Marcelo Martins. One back, Montenegro finds Gago.
Diego Maradona needs to try and get some sort of resemblance of a settled team, settled tactics. So the other evening, them playing 3 central defenders and wing backs, and the 3 attackers in Aguero alongside Tevez and Lionel Messi. It's early days just yet, but I'm pretty sure that Argentina will qualify for the World Cup finals.
Well, their next game is at home to Colombia, and after that they've got to go away to Ecuador. Another game, not quite at these levels, but pretty high up, very similar. Another game then to stretch them, and they'll have the stars of this one to take into that match, and then in September they've got Brazil, and then they're away to Paraguay. There are some tricky moments yet to come for Maradona. Surely nothing trickier than this. It's Botero. He's got a hat-trick already. This time he tries to set up Martins, cleared by Demichelis. Gago has certainly done some running, hasn't he? Can't fault him for effort. And he wins the ball back again. And then Montenegro to Messi.
I sort of don't think it's just the defeat that might cause Maradona some grief back in Argentina, but it's going to be the manner of the defeat. Perhaps his team selection will be questioned as well. Left out Aguero, preferred Tevez and Messi as the strike partnership. Maxi playing on the wrong side tonight. Right footer always plays on the right-hand side. And to play on the left to accommodate Lucho and the likes of Di Maria, who came on and got injured. And
here's Heinze. Good run by Gabriel Heinze. There'll be questions as well about the players he didn't involve, but could have played a part. Cambiasso and Higuain, and Veron's on the bench. Veron was whistled his every touch. the Monumental Stadium the other night, but away from home he might have provided the kind of control that they just haven't had at any point in this match. Montenegro looks like he's lining up a long-range shot. He wasn't far away.
So Montenegro there from distance. So many Bolivian shots tonight have been on target. The Rosa in particular, near enough every effort he had at goal was made Carrizo work. There's no doubt it's a huge defeat for Argentina. It isn't over just yet. Bolivia's still got time to create one or two more chances. I must admit, I thought that when Argentina got back on level terms, they were a side more likely to go on and win it. The penalty was a big turning point in the game.
This is a Bolivia team that was beaten 5-0 by Uruguay and 5-3 by Venezuela. They were both away. Their wins have been over Paraguay and Peru, both here. At the time, Paraguay were riding high, so in that respect, that was a clue. That foreshadowed this result, but really, well, we had Argentina as favourites, even with the issue of it being played at high altitude. And nobody thought that Bolivia would produce this kind of scoreline. And they're still looking. And Botero to Martins. Is there to be another chance? Not just yet. And in some ways they have been the architects of their own downfall, Argentina. We have given credit, I think we've been fair to Bolivia, Terry. They have been wonderful, but Argentina have made mistakes. Too many passes haven't come off. There have been too many individual errors by players as well.
I think it's all about the start of the game tonight for Bolivia. They really got out Argentina. I think we recollect 3 shots in the first 3 minutes.
So Cerdo to Martins, he was onside. Challenge had to be made and had to be won. Brazil have still got to come here.
It's been a great performance from Argentina, from Bolivia tonight, with Erwin Sanchez prepared to commit both full-backs into attacking positions, as many opportunities as they can. He's quite happy to leave 2 on 2 at the back, with Rivera and Peña picking up Messi and Tevez. And it paid off. I mean, Rivera in the first half, I knew he was playing right back, but he covered every position in the team in the attacking half of the pitch. And they were positive and they were bold, and it paid off. And Argentina really couldn't get into the game from the early stages, couldn't settle. Bolivia that were winning all important tackles.
And Martins is on the ball again. And he finds Botero again. No free kick. Argentina almost stopped there as they appealed. And the shot goes in! It's 6! It's unbelievable! It's Didi Torico Camacho with a long-range shot! And Argentina have been humiliated!
Well, again, it was Marcelo Martins making a run down the right-hand side. Again, the ball gets crossed all the way to Botero. And he comes up with an imaginative back flick into the path of Camacho. And he just rifles it in. Bottom corner, plenty of pace. And beats Carrizo, all ends up. Again, no challenge from an Argentina player. Not trying to block the shot. Help yourself, Camacho. The 6th goal for Bolivia, and it's an absolute rout.
Well, this is Diego Maradona's nightmare.
And there will be questions asked back now in Argentina. It's a humiliation. I can't recollect in all the time I've been watching football, been involved in football, an Argentina team losing by this amount of goals. It just doesn't happen.
Well, there was a game there they lost where they conceded 5 against Colombia. That was in a home game. I've got to say, I can't remember them conceding 6 and being so roundly thrashed as they are being here. Can they get one back? Got a corner. Can they make the scoreline look a little bit more respectable? Or can it get worse? Bolivia just aren't letting up, and here they come again. And Botero decides to switch the play, and look at these green shirts pouring forward. There's just no stopping them. And Salcedo can't control. Well, this will go around the world, and most of it will be pinned on the coach. The players clearly, Terry, share the responsibility. They've made the individual mistakes, but people will say they appointed a rookie manager. Went okay for the first 3 games, and then it has come undone, spectacularly so.
Yeah, I think quite clearly this was the toughest game of so far under the Diego Maradona reign. 2 friendly victories. A comprehensive home win against Venezuela. Tonight at altitude against a really hungry and determined Bolivia. The players have not responded to the questions asked them by the Bolivian players, and it's been a fantastic performance from Bolivia.
It has been brilliant from Bolivia, but Argentina have been humiliated. It has been a horror show for them, and for Diego Maradona, it has been a nightmare. But congratulations to Bolivia, a famous occasion for them, one of the lowest moments for Argentina. But give credit to Bolivia, they have been simply magnificent, and they've thrashed Argentina by the unbelievable scoreline of 6-1.
Goodness me, the thoughts of Aussie Ardiles, I think you can guess what they are. And Trevor Francis on the way. 50 places in the world rankings separate these 2 teams. Maradona said afterwards, every goal was like a stab through the heart. Will the knives be out for him? We'll look back on it in a couple of minutes.
Documentaries, now more amazing. Dramas, now even more gripping. And sport, now even more thrilling. Welcome to the TV you love. In high definition. High definition. Now, it's for everyone.
It's the HMV sale with The Dark Knight 2 DVD just £7. Elbow Seldom Seen Kid now £5. Guitar Hero 3 on Wii with wireless controller £35. And The Chronicles of Narnia Prince Caspian now just £5. The HMV sale in store and online now on.
Now this is heaven.
It's here, the family holiday with a horrifying twist. Genuinely terrifying, pulse-pounding, nerve-shredding terror. The horror film of the year. The Children, out now on DVD and Blu-ray.
We need to send an expert.
A walking, talking, know-it-all.
Expert. A guru. How about Wu? Wu will do.
Where to?
First stop, Peru.
Then send Wu to Kathmandu. What's next?
Timbuktu.
And area code 212. So Timbuktu, Kathmandu, Peru, and 212?
All by 2:30.
Not a problem.
Need an expert? Push a button. That's the human network effect. Learn more at cisco.com/UK.
They're after you. Get out fast.
When pain strikes, Nurofen Express targets pain twice as fast as standard Nurofen tablets. Nurofen Express, voted Adult Health Product of the Year.
With the Dulux Paint Pod, you can paint a room easily and quickly. And when you've finished, it'll even clean itself. The Dulux Paint Pod. Painting just got easier.
I've been asked to tell you about the new Renault Laguna. And you know what? I've said yes to it. But you know me. I like efficient talks. Actually, let's talk about efficiency. Only 4.9 liters per 100 kilometers and 130 grams of CO2 for the Renault Eco 2 hatchback version. Does this appeal to you? This also is efficient for the conscience. A high-definition sound system with special sound. Nothing is too good for Mozart. And you? You'll buy this car? Of course. And the sat-nav system comes in a DVD with Bluetooth. It can be managed with just one finger. Just one finger. Magic. Did I tell you about the finish of the new Renault Laguna? Or about the 8 airbags with 2-stage auto-adaptive? Safety is important. Especially for someone delicate. Like me. I was about to forget the most important. A worldwide exclusive, the advanced technology of his 4-control system with 4-wheel steering. A Renault exclusive for an exceptional handling and driving precision. End of talk. The best is to try it for yourself. As for me, this car makes me want to drive. Free. Like the wind. Like a wild horse. Like well, au revoir.
Hey yo, what up, homies? Tony, revenge is so sweet. And I move with artillery, roaming the streets. My guns is ginormous, bullets is heat-seeking. Big brother got the eye on me, I watch how I'm speaking. War, we run these streets like a renegade. Big that guap to the rent is paid. Hunt my prey in the cavalcade. Revenge is got when the boss is slave.
Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. Out now for the Nintendo DS.
Still to come tonight, we'll bring you the live action from Porto Alegre. It is Brazil against Peru. That's to come a little later on right here on Sky Sports 1. We just witnessed history in La Paz, Bolivia against Argentina. Came thinking Argentina would improve on their weekend performance. But they've been soundly beaten by Bolivia, despite Gonzalez pulling them back to a 1-1 in the first half. They paid the penalty, quite literally, time and again, Argentina. Defensive errors, lapses in concentration. Botero bagged a hat-trick. As Argentina were the architects of their own downfall. Di Maria sent off as their pain continued. Bolivia, 50 places below Argentina in the world rankings, won this 6-1. Argentina disconsolate, dejected, and Maradona depressed by the end of that one. Let's put this into some sort of context, shall we? It's their joint heaviest ever defeat. The last time they conceded 6 was over 51 years ago, the 1958 World Cup finals against Czechoslovakia in Gothenburg. Some record tonight. Ozzy Ardiles is here, although how we've kept him in the studio